Alright, share screen. I don't know. Yeah, my computer's just tripping at this point. For some reason it says stream Tokyo Babel on my things. Alright, let's just ignore that. This is where we were. Existing as a grotesque particular thing, yet the magic they release is certainly no imitation. Alright. There are powerful enough angels to be able to release vast amounts of magical energy simply by existing. In other words, turning them into a hideous object would effectively grant the protective barrier of the building an infinite supply of magic. Whose twist mind would have had such a plan either way? We need to free them.
Oh, I have lines, like, right now.
Yep.
Initiating structural analysis. Structure data code appended A838861 is A. I hate myself.
It's fine. Why would you?
Because usually I don't have lines immediately, so I put myself on push to talk and go train my voice. But nah.
It's fine.
Access denied. Located isolation program. Initializing
Replicating.
Replicating. Self-replicating worm to disable isolation program.
I would transform.
Stop talking. There.
What?
Stop talking, Russell.
Okay. That was
Okay.
something.
Fix the problem there.
What did you do? Okay.
I'm trying to play music on my computer and it's not working.
Okay. Sorry. Now it says I streamed. I would transform the very magic that excluded into something resembling a computer virus to establish a link.
Scanning emotional structure and personality data. No files found. Were they all deleted?
In other words, Gabriel and Raphael would never be revived. They was no longer mere objects now. Still alive, but good as dead. I had suspected this outcome, but still blindness me deeply. Why am I doing that?
I don't know. You always do that when I do the Russell voice.
I don't know.
Like, literally every time. Magical emissions order detected. Overriding order, changing it to suspension.
The moment I did that, I felt my consciousness drifting away. It was separated from reality. This isn't the voice. This is supposed to be Eve's voice. Why do I keep doing that? Relative to throwing into the depths of the memories. It would appear that any tampering with the magical emission settings would result in a said person to be recognized as an intruder, their consciousness spirited away.
This place is...
Having become a dimly glowing astral body, I found myself gently drifting along the infinite stream of blue. The moments later, I ended up arriving in a place all too familiar to me.
Oh my god, we're almost done.
Well, one route we are. The grand assembly of heaven. The spacious assembly hall, once filled with the blooming echo of angels feverishly discussing words of the Lord, now fell in complete silence.
Anyone?
2 angels responded to my yell.
Gabriel and Raphael. They're just glowing blobs. I don't.
One of them was a girl, even though both of them are technically guys.
Which one was the girl?
I don't remember. It might have been Raphael. I don't know.
Check the log thing.
You mean the human things?
It doesn't say.
It does not say. Crap. I mean, what? There's no problem here. We stand together. We stand here to address one transfer to this memory.
What do you want it forced to be?
I don't know. Just like whisper and see what happens.
Okay. Let me do this real quick if we're gonna do that.
Are you just gonna go into your mic? Like
yeah.
inside? just go all
The right of viewing this memory is granted only to the one who suspended the magical emission. However, we do not know who you are.
Is this me again? With
Yep,
the
you're ready for me
emission
to
halted, we are powerless to stop you. To avoid the exploitation of our bodies, you must enter a state of complete suspension once the memory reconstruction has terminated.
You may head for heaven. We cannot tell you what you may witness once there, nor what choices you would make.
However, if your soul is not completely perfect of compassion, you shall listen to our one request.
The disaster we call the divine calamity originated with the distinguished angel known as the Secret of God, Razzle.
You're talking
Good
to
job, Razzle. Good job, Razzle.
I was like, we don't know who you are. Please don't be Razzle. Please don't be Razzle. It's Razzle. Oh, God.
Yeah, we don't know who the Secret of God is. Please don't be Razzle. Please don't be... And Razzle.
No, because, like, we can't see you because we're glowing blobs right now. But, like, hopefully this isn't Razzle. Because if this is Razzle, just shh, we said nothing. Question mark.
Razzle's just like, quack.
Quack. A sensation akin to falling headfirst into...
It's Tartarus!
Oh my gosh. The worlds have collided. Why is everything related?
See, Tartarus.
Everything cross references everything we do. Hear us, O kind soul. Spare the angels any further bloodshed and kill Razzle. Exactly. I knew they were gonna say, Razzle, kill yourself.
Razzle, jump out into hell right now. Do us a favor and die. But what are you talking about? Gabriel? Why? Why? We hold no grudge against her. However, her continued existence may very well lead to our future disaster.
Further disaster.
Yes. You're wrong, Raphael. I had no idea what you were talking about. I didn't cause any of this.
I let shots of the pair completely forgetting the fact that they were only memory fragments, not the real angels. I howled at them in dismay, forgetting all pride and dignity. Hear us out, oh kind soul. Spare the angels any further bloodshed.
And kill Razzle, the culprit behind the divine calamity who dared reveal God's secrets. But her name is Secrets of God.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, she gave the humans the thing. She shouldn't have done
I
that.
know what she did,
I don't know what she
but
did.
it's not even that bad.
Well, you're not gonna tell me, so I don't know.
Like, it's not that bad.
Hmm. You still don't tell me what it is, though.
You want me to tell you what it is?
Do you want to tell me what it is?
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
I mean, I don't mind if you tell me what it is, but like, I don't know if you want to tell me what it is.
Okay, I'll tell you then. She gives the angels who are immortal and content to be immortal the realization of what an eternity is and how they're never going to die, and they all start freaking out and killing each other.
Oh, that was their fault.
And then she just kind of hits herself on the head and it just leaves.
Hmm.
Good job, Russ.
Good job, Russell.
Good job.
Despite being pulled back to the real world, I continue to scream, unable to let go of the memory.
Tell me, please tell me what I've done. How did I cause this divine calamity? I'm begging you, please tell me.
Gabrielle and Raphael only met my plea with a pair of silent gazes.
They're pillars of glowing light. How do they have silent gazes?
Magic. It had to be a lie. It could not be true. I would have never do anything like that. But then, why did I lose my memories? Why can't I remember a thing? What happened during the calamity? Because I did not wish to remember it.
Oh, that's Razzle. Okay.
Yes, it's supposed to be Razzle. That's why I did the weird thing. But then it's like, nope, that's Eve.
You want me to read it?
Do you want to read it?
I'll read it.
You know, you're gonna have to read everything, you know, because this is Razzle's memory.
I'll read everything. I'm good with that. I'll get my voice better.
Okay.
Because I do not wish to remember. I suppress the painful memories of what I'd done, what my actions led to. I erased them. No, I couldn't have. After all, such an action would run counter to my raison d'etre of recording. Instead, I sealed them away in the very depths of my own heart. However, in order to live, I needed to record. Somewhere deep in my soul, I still continued to yearn for it, unable to bear the thought of lacking my memories. I struggled desperately to reclaim them. That.
It's doing the doki doki.
Feared it, dreaded it. I wished to flee from it, to avert my gaze, to seek help. But at the same time, I wished to see it, remember, and record it. It is doki doki. Now it's faster. The strong desire of wanting to record my sealed memories most likely wrapped my heart. Memories before my concussion. What is that word?
Consciousness?
Yeah, consciousness, okay. Consciousness returned to reality. I caught a brief glimpse of myself reflected in a mirror.
Oh, God. It's you.
Yep, that's me. It's evil Angela right there.
Yep.
No! The face I beheld belonged to a monster obsessed with the act of recording. A devilish smile was plastered on its face. I want to see the actual image. I want to see Raz smile like that. Every single one of the mechanical angels I had been fighting froze in place in the blink of an eye. After a few seconds of convulsing in place, each one that still soared in the sky, plummeted to the earth below.
I'm pretty sure it's a tuna.
Oh yeah.
I had also noticed that constantly emitting a magical energy had come to halt. Razzle must have succeeded. I turned around to see Razzle collapse into her knees, her vacant gaze fixed on the object before her. Razzle?
Razzle's having a breakdown.
No response. I called out to her again, this time causing to turn around and look at me in the eye.
Setsuna?
What happened? Before I could finish the sentence, Razzle leapt into my arms, calling my name in a trembling voice. Razzle?
Setsuna, I'm so afraid. So afraid.
Afraid? What brought this on all of a sudden?
Tell me what I've done. Did I cause the fall of paradise? Did I exile everyone to Tokyo Babel?
I'm pretty sure that was just God.
Yeah, that was God, Razzle.
Yeah, that
was God.
You had
You
nothing.
just you did the thing that caused God to.
Yeah, you were just the catalyst. You had nothing to do with it. You just happened to start it. Someone finished it. Razzle? I hadn't the faintest idea what Razzle had meant. Once I managed to calm her down, I decided to inquire further.
I.
In a brief, disjointed burst of words, Razzle revealed that she had learned upon entering the memory fragments of the object that once was Gabriel and Raphael. Kill Razzle.
I am someone to be hunted down, the culprit behind the divine calamity. I don't know. This is all too much for me.
She stood up at the teary-eyed, waiting for an answer. It would be easy to say, could console her, far more difficult to actually do it. However, I still had a duty to dry her eyes. Razzle, I don't know what you did in the past. I most likely wouldn't understand it. But this much I can say. I'll stay by your side as long as you want me to. Oh, that's me.
You will?
I feel like this is you before. Like, it was like when you didn't believe me.
Yeah. I'm quite the skeptic.
Mm-hmm. Her voice came out of a faint whisper, nearly mounting into the air. I will. I swear I will. So, please don't cry.
You swear?
Rubbing her eyes clean of tears, she once again posed a question to me. I do.
Why do all my characters cry?
Why do you not?
And what will you swear it on?
What would be appropriate in a situation like this? To swear on the name of God or the lives of my parents? Neither would work. I felt God was nowhere to be found, nor did I have parents to call my own. Even if I did, I would only be a single mother. On the son.
The sun?
Isn't technically like Kamel the sun?
I think Kamaya is the sun.
I swear on the stars, the moon, and the skies above. Oh, that's so romantic.
Why are you so much better at this than I am, Setsuna?
I don't know. The tuna's evolving.
My version of romantic is like, you pretty?
You're pretty. I mean, I have no, like, sense of romance. Happen to do things that's happen to seem romantic, even though I'm trying really hard. Cough, cough. It all felt rather, embarrassing, if I could say so myself. Oh, she's smiling. I didn't really have anything else to swear on, you see. Oh, you laugh. Razzle smiled and let out to her forehead. Pressed against mine. I can feel your skull pressing against mine. and a thin layer of skin.
This is a bit weird. I wish you would have said something romantic, the way people do in some of my books.
Mm-hmm.
That was romantic.
I mean, the was like, oh, your skull is pressed against mine. I'm like, oh, you could have said something else except that.
Anything but your skull is pressing against mine.
Mm-hmm. She let out a brief chuckle, which you did. And this isn't romantic.
Not
my-
one bit.
Oh my gosh, she has like really high standards.
Yep. Well, has she had boyfriends? Because she likes the fan fiction.
Yeah, she reads lots of I'm pretty sure she reads a bunch of like the things you read. That's as much as I'm gonna describe it.
I read Yuri. She
Yes.
reads the other thing.
Yeah, she reads the gay one.
You're both the gay one.
Yeah, but like more gay one. I don't know how to. I didn't expect you to go that far. I mean, I had some confidence in myself at least. Seeing that expression turned me sour, and made her sour only to make her smile broaden. Yeah, Razzle, I want to reclaim your memories.
But
It might be hard for you, unimaginable, terrifying, in fact, but I think it's still better than having them perish completely.
I feel that way too. No matter what my memories may hold, a sin must be punished accordingly.
It's not really that bad the way you described it.
It might be worse.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched this. I feel like that was it, but it could be much worse.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be by your side to shoulder the same punishment.
I'm pretty sure she killed some angels too.
Well, you kind of had to at that point. It's self-defense.
And she kills some more later, and I think she like offs God.
Well, we had no other choice. I mean, it's us we're talking about. I mean,
It's
we
like,
had.
if the choice is us or God, sorry God.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about like, hey, you know us, right? Well, there's only one option in that scenario. Then everyone dies. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. There's no master plan.
Vincent first.
And I'll be by your side to shoulder the same punishment. I want to be there for you in both hardship and joy. This is legit what I tell you every single time, but you never like. I don't know. Like I don't know, but like this is legit like kind of the same thing we were talking about like earlier.
Yeah, I'm just very not used to that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Satsune. Even if those words were a lie, they made me happy. More than you think.
What, you think they're a lie now? Well, I feel
No.
like you kind of do. Like you don't
Well,
believe me
mostly.
completely.
But I
Yeah.
don't trust people, so it's fine.
Yeah, and I tell you, like, even if you don't trust anyone, I want to be the only one you trust. No matter what.
You in there? You okay? I
Oh.
doubt it.
You talking to? Talking about? Let's see what's going on. Hey. Let's see what you messaged her, right?
No!
But I did.
I know you did!
How did you know?
Because I'm on your Discord.
I know. It was no lie. I would stay by your side no matter what. Oh my gosh, Suna thinks the same way I do. Or
Yeah.
maybe because I am such a... And you are
Yep.
Russell.
Sometimes Mikeo.
Mm-hmm. Well, everything.
Let us go then to heaven to face my sins.
We left Kabukicho and soared towards the rooftop of Tokyo metropolitan government building. We encountered no obstacles, no enemies, but the flow of magic halted. A calming silence fell upon eternity and seventh stratum. We landed the helipad. Neither me nor Razzle had to search for anything, but the objective appeared magically before our very eyes, the moment our feet touched the ground. Oh.
Oh, it's like
The
stairs.
stairs to
I
heaven.
thought it'd be a ladder because it's called,
Jacob's
Jacob's
ladder.
ladder.
Well, aren't stairs a ladder?
Jacob's ladder.
Mm-hmm. Incredible.
You counted that as me reading it.
Yep. Yeah, that was it. That was the words. Why not? The sheer majesty of it left me in a complete awe. A stairwell bright as the stars, steps climbing far into the distance, piercing the clouds as it ascends. Beyond the boundaries of Tokyo Babel stood the gates of heaven. The stairwell proved wide enough for us to walk side by side. I feel like like
Yes.
this would be like a wedding, like oh we're walking up the stairs like together.
That's part of your wedding. You really do want to kill me, don't you?
No. What are you talking about?
It's like, because I planned my wedding for a little bit and then I gave up later. But like, if you want to do that in the wedding, that's
No.
gonna be
I'm just saying
exciting.
it's like a I don't know. I had like I think I was high on like a show or something. Was like oh there's like glowing stairway and then like oh like these two like people are like getting married and they're like oh they get to like be forever together and then they go up the stairs and then they disappear or something. I don't know. But I'm not saying you climb the stairs because I know you can't. But it has nothing to do with anything. I'm just.
I can climb like 6. Can we do 6?
I know we don't. We're not. I'm not saying we're doing it. I'm just saying that I just happen to remember a scene like this, going two people up the stairs together, and like it was like kind of romantic. But like, don't mind me. It's like it has nothing to do with anything. Razzle cast a terrified gaze at the steps below. Let's go, Razzle. We'll reclaim your memories. Memories of divine calamity. Memories of the sin that we had committed. Nonetheless, she needed them back.
Okay, let's go.
Plus, you're good at planning things, so your wedding. You do whatever you. You would.
Would it be weird if I wore not a white dress?
You know what that means, right?
Yeah. I'm asking your opinion because I have a reason for doing that. What's your opinion?
I mean, sure. But tell me the reason in the typity types. We began a long ascent of Jacob's ladder, and when we took our first steps, I immediately felt separate from Tokyo Babel. I call my home. The canvas of heaven stretched far and wide above the stairwell, steps leading up towards the straight line.
I like the floating crystals. They're nice.
You gotta have magic floating crystals.
Yeah, who needs like a banister for me to desperately clutch to get up all those stairs when we can have floating crystals?
Yeah, which to stab our hands on as we walk up. You could wear black for like aesthetic reasons if you want. I don't know. You decide.
Yes, she wears black at her wedding. That would be fun.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's
I
like
wanted to wear blue, but
yeah, that's fine for like cadet oxen,
yes.
which would have been really pretty. I'm thinking like of really like like light blue, but then it's like just I don't know, just ignore me.
Oh, you mean my favorite color, shade of blue? That shade of blue?
Yeah, I was thinking of your favorite color, shade of blue, but I'm like, I don't know if that's the color you want.
That's what I thought.
Or
That's what
maybe
I was gonna do. I was gonna do black shade of blue and white, and then I would be like, look, I'm still totally not divorced, but I can still feel like I am in my soul because your wedding ring is going on top of my engagement ring. And you know it.
Yeah, I know. Well, technically, you need a wedding ring and an engagement ring, but like,
I'm
there's
gonna
only...
have like 4 rings.
No. Technically, there's only gonna be like, Melanie paid for it. Let's keep
Melanie,
reading.
pay for your ring. Pay for it.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, flying never occurred to me, and I didn't feel like I would have done it even if I did. We continued towards the leisurely place, taking one firm step after another. The bright shining sun above showed no signs of movement. I was going to keep track of mine through my internal clock, but eventually forgot about it. The very concept of time had seemingly been erased here. We felt no fatigue, we pressed on, nor did we ever begin to sweat.
See,
What?
they don't have time. But then Razzle was like, yo, time!
Yeah. Not even boredom would rear its ugly head. That's because they wanted to be mortal. I'm like, okay, here, come down to the human realm and be mortal. It's like, oh god, we have to live forever. That was their fault. They wanted to be mortal. They experienced mortality. I'm like, oh, yeah. That was their fault. Razzle had nothing to do with that. She just happened to help them along. So like if like someone like wanted to say, oh, like I want to get surgery on my nose, and then they get surgery on their nose, I'm like, hey, you know, like your nose looked better but the other way. I was like, oh no, I'm hideous. I don't know, that's the only analogy I could come up with, being from California.
My thing would be like, I don't know. Here's a really Angela explanation. You're in a relationship where you're being cheated on and you don't know, but then all of a sudden you know. And then you're like, dear Lord, why?
Is that you? Or is that Dern in this really?
Maybe.
In this story, who is it happening?
It's no one. It's an analogy for paradise engineering.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it me? I was like, it's no one. I was like, oh god, it's me. I was like, it's someone who doesn't know they're being cheated on. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I did a lot of research into paradise engineering, and that was one of the thought experiments in paradise engineering.
What's paradise engineering?
It's where people want to use technology to breed bad emotions out of humanity.
Oh.
So it's like if you could put like a drug in your arm or a pill or something, and it would just take away all pain and anger and sadness, and you'd just be happy, like floating on a cloud all the time. That's what those people want.
Is there a reason why you think this?
I don't know. I don't believe in it. I just like studying up on it.
So what was the explanation you gave, like the thing? It's like, oh, it's like the green thing.
Well, if you suddenly know that you were happy before, but you wanted to know more things, but then it ruined everything and you lost all your happiness, and there's no way you can go back. Or your nose job analogy. Your nose job analogy works great.
I see. I got it. So you wanted to know things, and then you don't want to know things. Yeah, the ignorance is bliss kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
What accent was on that yes? Frick.
what's my yes or your S?
My yes. I was like, yes.
Like my yes wasn't even a yes, it was just an S for some reason. Like my S, I was like, what? What did I say? What am I? Not even. Oh, I read that already. Wow. Okay. Filled my heart with pure bliss. I forced myself to stop prompting Razzle, who had ascended a step further than me, to turn around and look back at me with confusion as we were still holding hands. She could advance no further like this.
What's wrong?
I pulled out the Countess sword from my pocket dimension, took a firm hold of its sharp ends of the blade, squeezed out all my strength as I could muster. Stab. I forcefully amplified my senses, causing myself to experience. It severed the distraction of my mind from a wicked illusion of bliss that assaulted me at the very moment. The way to heaven had filled my with hardship, a journey benefits of joy, for man must ascend to his shoulders and heavy burden of his cross. I bailed my wound, hand and fist, forcefully preventing the blood from coagulating. This is the very pain of mankind, the very pain that made us human. I continued to ascend, taking step by step, disregarding all but the pain and warmth of the palm in mine. Oh, so it's like the only thing he's like feeling is pain and Razzle.
Mm-hmm.
The mental contamination had grown increasingly severe, forcing me to eventually discard even my past memories of Tokyo Babel. Oh no. My training seasoned with Bechiel, the time I first met Kamel and Azeroth, the day I met Lilith and Sormi, all the time I spent together. I deemed each memory redundant, discarded them without hesitation. I sighed in relief as the blank region of my mind expanded once again. All my memories, save for those of Razzle, had been reduced to mere data profiles. Oh, just Razzle.
Yep, he just deleted everything but Razzle.
Hey, I do that sometimes. I'm like, my brain is basically like a computer, like it used to be, and like before I would close my mind and it would be a visual like computer, and I could like store like organize things. But then I'm like, okay, I'm lazy. I'm just like, there's just a bunch of folders and files everywhere. So I'm like, okay, just there's no organization here anymore. I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Because before I could just like recall folder, file, music, and then like I would like recall that memory like immediately because like everything was so organized. But then now it's like it's just a mess in there. It's like I'm not gonna clean it up. It's too much work. I'm not even joking. That's too much work. Like that's what I do. This is why I say I'm lazy. I sighed in relief at the I read that. As I continued to climb the stairwell, I found myself uttering the phrase that had never let out my lips before. I think I'm in love with you.
Frick.
Why?
Never mind.
Explain.
Don't ever say those words. Ever, Setsuna. Bad. Just say I love you. Say I love you, Setsuna.
Because, oh, the I think part?
Mm.
Okay. Wait, what? What did you say?
Continue.
Did you say never say that because of that I think part?
Continue.
Isn't that exactly what I did?
No.
Okay. Crippling anxiety ravaged my heart, something with precise fear that eventually the ever-advancing metal contamination would erase even Razzle from my mind. Which is why I felt I should say the words while I still had the chance. Aw.
Continue.
The faint smile crept her lips. It may have been seeming like it was trying to act mature. I love how beautiful your hair is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's me just telling you the things that I told you.
Yeah, it's like, you're pretty, and she's like, mm-hmm.
I love your eyes too.
Mm-hmm.
And that lovely ring of your voice. I was like, I almost like the first thing I thought was your lovely ring. I was like, of your voice. I was like, oh, yeah. You totally don't have a ring.
Yeah, you don't have a ring that looks like this one.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you totally don't have a ring. Just I'm not thinking of like someone else, not Razzle.
Like I have like a ring on my ear, but it's weird.
That's a ring?
No, it's like a no.
Are you talking about Razzle or yourself? I'm confused now.
No, me. I
Oh,
have a
okay.
thing on my
Okay.
ear
Okay.
because I can't get my ears pierced, but I put a little thing on it.
Yeah. Like some people use like the magnet like earrings things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's
Like
not that though.
like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way you read your books. Oh my gosh, Mick. The way you sleep, the way you smile when tasting something delicious. I love them all. Legit like me describing you.
Yep.
You are Razzle.
I wonder if we'll have this much fun during the other routes.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Mikayo route? Mm-hmm.
I love your heart and soul. I realize this might sound like I'm all talk, which is kind of what I told you.
It doesn't. Thank you.
That's so you response.
I know. I never say these things back. I'm just like, thanks.
Either way, I love everything about you. I wanted to convey these feelings, but I still could.
Well, you still could.
Exactly. Razzle's expression shifted to one of complete astonishment. He must have realized what I was trying to say.
Setsuna, don't tell me you...
Yugurusurmi, Lilith, Azeroth, Emil, Bechiel, all gone without a trace. How we spent our time together, how the words might have moved my heart, I would never remember none of it.
I'm sorry.
Razzle spoke up again, her tone coagulated in sadness. I tried my best as if I could shelter my emotions when I finally responded. It isn't your fault, Razzle. I was bound to have it eventually. In order to prevent madness from claiming my mind, to protect the one I held most dear, there had to be a price to pay.
Even still, I'm sorry.
Razzle's voice fell to a whisper, her very tone pregnant with regret. I don't like the word pregnant in that whole sentence. Did the feeling that way because all pertained to her lost memories? We continued to ascend upwards and upwards and upwards.
We've almost reached the clouds.
Why are we walking? Can't we just like run or like hop or skip or...
Fly?
Yeah, he said, oh, I know we could fly, but I don't want to. I feel like this is the better
She
option.
has wings and you have like jet propulsion? Just fly!
Yeah, it's like, oh, like I could fly because magic, and then it's like, oh, like I'm not going to because this is the right way to...
I feel like Setsuna busts out like a toy helicopter and he stands on it. He's like pumps it with magic and he's like, fly!
Oh my gosh. Her words made it feel like we were close to the end. The sun continued to shower us with light, but I could still catch a glimpse of the stars and the moon. The velvet of brilliance, the white clouds blanketed Jacob's ladder. Naturally, we had no choice but to break through, knowing that beyond lied the sealed gates of heaven. Let's go. We passed through the blankets of clouds, the corrupted feeling lingering, and then made the experience both suffocating and terrifying. May you embrace eternal bliss, resounding prayer, emanating in very clouds, incandescent, aggravating, unnecessary. Under constant attack by such sensations, the two of us continued onward.
Oh my.
It's destroyed. Huh? I've been held my breath for so long, I sounded like some awkward when I finally oh, it's... that?
Yeah. We're here.
So does the other side just magically like have more stuff?
I don't know. It's the magic crystals. Dear Lord, woman, what the hell are you doing? Well, you can't respond to people when you're clearly on your Discord. Okay, never mind.
Fine, it's fine. Just let her be.
No.
She will respond when she wants to respond. That's how she is. She'll
In
respond.
a couple days, she'll be like, hey.
In like a minute, 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, 5 hours, a day, 3 days. It's Melanie who. What you expect? A hint of excitement lingered in Razzle's voice. Even I found myself in awe in her beheld the gates of heaven towering above us. However, it lasted only mere heartbeat.
It looks the same. Nothing's changed.
Yes.
You know, those giant boulders that are just kind of floating there instead of being heaven. That's the same.
I'm pretty sure that's always been there. It's just like they just built the door and then the door teleports you to a different location. It's a magic
Hopefully.
door.
It's a magic door. Everything is explained by magic.
Yep. She appeared somewhat relieved. If she was right and nothing had changed, and how could I explain this ominous feeling creeping up on my heart? All this splendor and divine majesty, something about the heavens, the gates felt out of place. Nonetheless, we had to press on. Neither of us had any intention of returning back. First glance, I spotted no keyholes. I suppose we were simply need to push the gates open. I promptly opened the right hand into the surface. At the very moment, I felt my entire arm was ready to melt away. My right arm reached into the gates until the elbow, almost like it had become one with it, as I uttered a single word. Open.
Yep, that worked.
The gates began to slide open in a heavy creak, and so the door of heaven was liberated, officially completing the mission Lilith had entrusted me with. Yeah, he just knows they existed and what they want, but not their memories. Yes. Whatever came next would define even my will, and mine alone. I wished to stay by Razzle's side as we ventured onwards to reclaim our memories. Let's go. I stepped towards without even waiting for an answer, ready to bear witness to the words showered by light under the gaze of brilliant blue skies. Hey, the memory. Oh god, they've got the pillars of blood everywhere.
Yep, and Razzle seems a little freaked out.
Yeah, because like in the other, like Razzle's memory, like in the past, this was white and like blissful and like not with bloody things.
Not with bloody pillars of spikes and
Yeah.
It looks like Mikaio's been here.
Yeah, it looks like Mikio has been here. It's too red. It's okay, sorry, I'm confusing. Is it red that you can't see or is it green that you can't see?
Both.
Okay. It's brown.
And blue. And some green.
Yes.
Or like some some not green, some what's the other one?
This
Yellow?
just looks like a blob of colors.
I can tell it's red. That's about it.
Okay. No. I appreciate you. What is
Really?
this? What is this overwhelming terror in the air? Before us stretched rainbow-colored sky, a rich palette inviting us of madness into our hearts. All those who gazed upon it, that is... I'm just saying, everything here looks terrible. It looks like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And
It's not a happy place.
Yeah, it's not a happy place. This looks like they switched hell and heaven together. Or they fused, that's what it is. Also, this place looks like SAO. In the distance of lavish fields of green, upon numerous stakes littered a field grown not of sinners in the world, but angels. Oh. Their moans are not in anguish and despair, but pure, unmitigated joy. Oh, God. Their bodies pierced, their entrails naked, exposed, yet their gaze down the carnage, the expression of genuine bliss. Pretty sure that's something else. He stopped at the field of flowers nearby, with the young girl and boy bathing in each other's blood. Oh, God. Have a look at this. The boy held out a smiling severed head and held it at the other direction. The girl caught it and promptly placed it on her neck of the headless boy. Okay. We're not in Kansas anymore.
We're not in Tokyo Babel anymore.
This is Satan's world.
No good, it won't move.
Then let's try it with your head now. Oh, God. The boy cut her head off. The young boy immediately decapitated the girl with a hatchet he had been holding. The girl's head, a smile froze on his lips, tumbled to the ground below. They were massacring each other the most gruesome ways imaginable.
But they're happy about it.
Yes, what is this world? Shouldn't this place be called hell? Problem was that each and every one of them seemed to be enjoying it. This just seems like eternal madness to me.
I guess it's like no one can be upset in heaven, so even when they're dying, they're fine.
I don't want this.
And this whole time I'm thinking, oh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm good with that.
It's like, yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure hell's. It's like, it's good that we're like not invited here. Happily drowning in joy, all of them. They must have felt pain, but never despair. This was their bliss, their paradise, angels and mortals alike indulging in their own desires, studying their blood without a care of the world. Mortals who accustomed severe, virtuous deeds had their sins purified, and thus earned this place in heaven, as well as the angels who were allowed to reside there through the Lord's pardon. They were both at each other's throats now, spilling blood and smiles and fading. In other words, though would only lead on happiness, they imagined their future and despair at the end they saw in it. Yeah, they only want death, but they can't die, so they're like, yeah, I'm like, this is good, right? I feel like this is you. Like, how you feel pain to feel. This is legit you.
True.
Don't let this be you.
Paradise. Not mine.
I don't know what you said, just type it to me.
Nothing.
Never nothing. Alright, just tell me after. And here they were now, liberated from its yoke, their minds devoid of reason, no longer able to comprehend death. A state's despair which eluded them. I want to see, like, the death. Pain would transform to ecstasy. Dread and despair to unbridled rapture. Still you. In short, this was the true face of heaven.
Okay. If I do this correctly, my family will wake up. But I will try.
I will do this. No. No. Or something. Just say that you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. All the angels looked up at Razzle's terrified scream echoed across the plain. Oh, God.
Angel A.
What's wrong, Razzle? I'm enjoying the bloodbath. I love you, Razzle. You could kill me anytime you want.
Oh my God.
Without a second of hesitation, I lifted my sword and mowed down all the baddened angels lunging at us. I rushed up to Razzle, who had been crouched on the ground, screaming, picked up, and continued on.
No, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
No matter where we ran or flew, a flock of angels would come after us in pursuit, each of them flashing broad smiles as they bled several wounds like a group of living dead. Okay, we just released them into, like, the world. We opened the gates. and they could go through the Tokyo Babel and kill everything. This is not a good. This is not good at all. I ran, soared as fast as I could, but there was no end to heaven. The realm stretched infinitely in all directions.
My memories, they hurt. I can't. No. Disruption rebooting. No. Error. No, no, no. It's not true. This book. No, I can't.
Where's the book? Razzle heard herself free from the embrace of the collapse. The grassy field, convulsing like she was experiencing a seizure of sorts. I hurried to her side, clenched her hands, intent to calm her down. Yeah, she's experiencing, trying to make everything in her mind work, and it's not working out, and too many impulses in her brain is making her malfunction, causing the seizure-like reaction. Yes?
Yeah.
Want to explain it better? Or is that good enough?
Really big panic attack.
I guess. In simple words, not quite, but yes.
Yeah.
Razzle?
For the common folk.
Yeah, not quite, but yes. In essence.
My book. Ah, yes, my book. It has to be here. My book.
No, it's not Razzle. She's gone insane. She's been claimed by madness. It took a few uneasy steps.
It's just Yuri now. It's just like.
Oh, did you see my Yuri?
I did. That was nice. Good job.
What does my Yuri sound like? I don't remember.
Diluted Comptula?
I guess. Out
Because,
of my
like,
way.
Comptula is a little bit more...
Evil?
Yeah, evil. Like, instead of that, it's like, I don't know, like, I have a normal voice that I go to when I'm trying to be really antisocial. And it's almost Comptula, but it's not evil. It's just, like, that weird smoothness that I get from my singing voice. So, continue.
I try to give Yuri some kind of try to make her sophisticated, like in her voice.
Which to me would just be English accent.
Was it an English accent? I don't think it was an English accent.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
I was just giving her some...
But like Lily too, a lot of people give her like a very upper class sounding voice, and to me it's just English accent.
Who's Lily?
Lily Sato.
All right.
Remember her? I know we haven't seen her in like 2 months because you chose the Emmy Rare and then the Red Rare.
Yeah, I remember her. I just everything is unorganized in my brain. Remember, nothing is properly like if you're in one file, I'm like, okay, I gotta backtrack, back out, let's go. That's how it works. I'm like refiling, searching. Oh right, that character. Adding new parameters. I slaughter every single one of the angels that caught up to us. After trudging through a heap of smiling corpses, I took off in pursuit of Razzle. Can't you give them sin with the sword he's using? Make them...
I don't think it's changed much.
Huh?
They're already murdering everyone.
Yeah, but like conscious of their sin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you could do that. And eventually arriving here, a colossal majestic building that would very well instill fear in its observer.
Ah, that's right, the assembly hall.
Razzle bolted off. I followed. I ran and ran. Switching my legs would allow me, and then I saw it.
Ah, I knew it. So it was true. My book was the cause of all of this.
What the? It's the room we're in. I couldn't find the words. We're looking at an entire mountain of corpses, all belonging to angels. This in itself hardly different from the situation outside, except for one notable exception: their expressions. The angels and mortals we had encountered outside had expressions of utmost ecstasy and joy. The faces of these angels, on the other hand, were frozen in terror, their expressions violent, contorted in anguish and despair. Although they had been separate since stench of decay, the smell of blood in the air was all too prevalent. Razzle?
It's true. That day I had learned something terrible, but who told me? Samael? I remember now. It was Samael who whispered it in my ear.
Was it the snake girl?
Yep, that's Samael.
Yeah, isn't she like the wisdom? Not her
Yeah,
thing.
she's the forbidden wisdom, type thing.
That way she's maddened, but also at the same time not, and allowed to retain this information and give it to Razzle.
Yeah, she's a representation of innocence, but also, like, things that they shouldn't know.
Yeah, that's kind of...
So she's like that cheeky kid who knew all the gossip on the playground and was like, hey, guess what? So-and-so, so-and-so. Yeah.
Okay.
What, who have I been around? That cheeky kid. What am I doing?
What happened?
Did I go to England or something? Did not remember? I said holiday earlier too. Like, I was like, I will go on holiday. And I'm like, where did that come from?
I don't know. Missing memory.
Maybe.
Forgotten truth. He gently lifted a book in a nearby desk. It was another volume of the Sefer Razel. It was so-called Book of Heaven.
There's one thing mortals possess that the angels, demons, and God himself lack. Do you know what it is?
Is it mortality?
Twitch. Brizzy Voices is live. Come say hi.
Who?
Okay, now.
Who? What?
A girl I have a crush on.
Yeah, you have a lot of crushes on a lot of people.
Like every girl, all of them.
I know. Why do you think I'm always so jealous?
If you're like mildly attractive, or you don't have to be attractive. You know what? If you're a decent human, I have a crush on you.
Yeah, I know. Meanwhile, I'm like constantly like on guard with you. I'm like woman.
Here's the plan. Before we get married, I'll go get another girlfriend, then I'll break up with her, and then we can get married. Or we can just become Mormon, and I can just have a girlfriend around all the time.
I feel like that's more for you than for me.
Yeah, that's for me. You say, oh, what do you want to do with your life, Angela? Well...
Like, wow, become more...
But I think they frown upon that, so
Well,
we have to be both your wives, but one of them's for me, you know?
Yeah, I was like, they're both my wives, but they're also your wives, so it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Be into both of us.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing it with the sister wife.
What?
Never mind.
The way you phrased that was what?
Continue.
I don't like the fact that you called it a sister.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, but that kind of sounds redneck, kind of. Like the fact
Press
that...
enter.
Okay. I don't.
It's the concept of eternity.
Do you mean you don't know what eternity was? Mazel shook her head.
That's not it. We knew the meaning of the word itself, but we were designed never to consider exactly what it could entail.
She held up her book.
It's written here in the Book of Heavens. It has the design blueprints for demons, angels, and even God.
Oh, so she could create her own god?
Yep, she can just... God.
The design blueprints for God? Possible. And where my astonishment, Razzle carried off in a low tone.
And I opened their eyes to the concept of eternity. In other words,
Yeah, if like a human goes into heaven, I think they had to get stripped of like what their eternity is. Like, oh god, I live here forever. Like I
yeah,
did.
it's one of. Okay, yeah, you go.
You finished.
Nope.
So what I was gonna say is, I didn't want to live in down Earth, much less over here forever. I want peace. So you were saying?
Yeah, it's one of the things that atheists have a big problem with heaven, is because the whole deal is that the reason bad things happen here is because we have free will.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go to heaven, nothing bad happens in heaven. So do we have free will in heaven?
I don't think we do.
Or are
Well-
we just like this, and then one day we could all snap and suddenly feel like killing everyone is the best idea?
Yeah, I feel like we have limited. Well, like oh, we have our basic personalities, but most of it is stripped. It's like if you were to live, you're still yourself, but then you get a lobotomy. You're still yourself, but you're different. You don't have the same freedom as others. You don't have. Yeah. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
that's
feel-
why I'm like, if there is a God and a heaven and a hell, send me to hell.
Yeah, I feel like he.
I'll take over. Give me a week.
Yeah, it's like I feel like he's just gonna lobotomize everyone who joins. I'm like, all right, lobotomize, enter, stamp, enter, stamp, enter, stamp, enter. You have no free will. You're just you, but less you. You lost the
Yeah.
concept of yourself. You are you, but not you, in a sense. You are not what makes you you, but you are still you.
And that also goes to like things like Lily Sato from Katua Shoujo.
Uh-huh.
She was born blind. If she went to heaven, according to all the people, she would then be able to see. Would she want that?
I don't
Or
think she
not.
would, because that would be terrible sensory overload. Because I feel
Yeah.
like if she did, they would have to like remove the sense of like, oh, this is natural, this is natural, this is natural, this is natural, into her
Like they'd
brain.
have to reprogram her brain
Yeah, it wouldn't
to
be
respond.
her. It would be her, but not her, in a sense. Like if you get a clone
Yeah.
and you train the clone to be you, but it's not you. Get me?
Mm, they
Like
did
it.
that in Supergirl.
Fine.
They got a clone for Kara and they trained her to act like Kara, and then she eventually started feeling the same things as Kara, but she was still just not quite there.
Oh, you mean Galactica or Power Girl, whatever she's called?
Supergirl.
No, I don't. I mean her clone.
No, it was called Anti-Supergirl. This is
Oh, no.
this is the TV show.
So they didn't name her what the comics or the anime or whatever they call her.
No, they were. It was called Anti-Supergirl.
It was like it was Supergirl, and then like her clone is either a Galactica. I feel like that's the thing, or they named her Power Girl or something.
Well,
it-
there was Overgirl.
I don't know what an Overgirl is. And like
Supergirl,
she's
the
evil,
TV show, didn't know how to do.
and like the clone was evil. Like okay, it was good, but then it turned evil. But then it turned good again because it Harley Quinn make out. Blah, blah, blah.
Because Harley Quinn.
Yeah, they became a couple for like a season or two. Don't you remember?
Oh, that's Power Girl. Yeah,
Yeah, don't you remember?
Power Girl and her boob window.
Yeah, boob window.
Of course, that's what I remember about Power Girl.
Yeah, that's
The boob.
there's like a really
And
good
how
cosplay
Harley
of that.
Quinn got like a diamond-shaped boob window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And then they
I
went
have
on
that comic.
adventures when they went. Argo got amnesia. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of this. Like
Yeah.
we're together.
Oh, we're together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love you, Harley Quinn.
Nazo glanced at the terror-stricken faces of dead angels and shook her head.
The causes of this tragedy was none other than I.
I said that. That is all I said. I stared at Razzle in silence, forgetting to even speak for a few seconds. Yes, Razzle, the correct choice was reset everything to nothing. So Razzle, yes, you are correct. In this situation, that was the only answer to do. Razzle, hear me. Razzle, holder of secret. Why have you opened our eyes to the terrible concept? Why did you make us understand this cruel truth?
Because I thought we should know.
None of us wanted this knowledge. We lived for eternity, all by the wild liberated from the very concept of it.
But why would we want to remain ignorant? Why should an angel lack knowledge of something that even mortals can comprehend?
Answer me, Razzle. Who implanted this theory into your mind? Whose whispers led you away to this thinking? Razzle simply cried pitifully, heart-wrenching.
I was never deceived or incited. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to try to pin the blame on anyone else. I merely believed that we should know, and this was the result.
Well, the same thing happened with humans. Like, oh, the snake gave them the apple of knowledge. And
What
was
is
like,
this background?
Distortion.
Distortion.
And
So
like,
if you Google distortion GIF, this comes up.
I don't know. Looks like trees, like mirrored together in a black and white. Like this looks like what a creepypasta would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I want to play Bendy and the Ink Machine, but I don't know if my computer will run it.
You want me to play it and you could join?
Mm-hmm.
While I scream in terror while you enjoy it? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I downloaded it once and then I deleted it.
Because someone told me that I sound like Alice Angel, and I was like, ooh, I'll play that.
I want to hear that. I have not played it. I have not seen a single thing of it.
Not the normal Alice Angel, the I'm insane now Alice Angel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a demon.
Yeah.
The one where like her face is melted off in something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the way we received the apple of truth, and then we knew too much, and I was like, oh, we know too much, and then God's like, okay, yeah, you can't live here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we knew too much. That's why we have the concept of eternity, and angels do not, but now they have what's...
Yeah, because they're pure and innocent and good, so they don't need it.
Yeah.
Then Razzle gives it to him.
Yeah, so basically Razzle gave him the apple of truth, and I was like, oh god, we weren't supposed to know this.
Yes.
Well, technically we could go down to like the normality of human levels and be banished and suffer, or we could stay here and suffer even worse, because when you're here you can't die. Like if you're like over there in like purgatory or like in like the normal mortal realms, they could die. They died. Why did they...
these normal people listen to on Spotify? I
don't know. There is no normal people. You just listen to whatever you want to listen to. What do you listen to? Are you listening to Evercon? I feel like you're listening to Evercon. You're listening to Hamilton. The angels had understood the concept of eternity, as they themselves possessed life eternal, and the knowledge drove them to insanity. They were forced to live an eternity. That in itself was maddening truth, a hellish realization. Yeah, I don't want to do. So like, I feel like we're forced into that. Either that or we live into the void, remember? Because like there's a thought where it's like, oh, when you die, you either get reincarnated or get thrown into the void. You don't reincarnate, you don't do anything, just gone. Depends on you. You live to good life. And then like lots of people do reincarnate, because like there's like kids, so I was like, oh, I remember like my past life, and then tell stories and like, yeah, that happened.
And then here's good old me who's like, I'm an atheist and I think we just go poof. And then they're gone.
It's fine. You could think whatever you want to think. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's like, it's the good thing about decent Californian humans is they're very not judging.
No, I don't know about.
Everyone hates me here. They're like, how dare you be gay? How dare you be an atheist? How dare you have a boyfriend on the internet? And I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, my parents judged me for having a girlfriend on the internet, which you was like, oh, she's not real. Yeah, that's why you said decent Californian human beings. It's like, okay, that just like you just filtered a bunch of people out, but okay, you just filtered most of California. But yes, that is fine. You have chosen the correct word choice for this answer. Because I feel like there's terrible people wherever you go, except somehow we have spawned many of them. Without the concept of eternity, I wouldn't matter if today, tomorrow, yesterday, we're all the same. However, they came to comprehend what eternal life truly meant. To them, the realization came none less than a curse. Why have I never thought of it like I understand the concept, but I never thought more than what it is. Now I'm like, yeah, it would be eternal pain. Live forever. Like, I was like, my thoughts say, yeah, I would, but like, when you really think about it, it's like, no, don't want that. Why would you want that? There's some endless. If I'm bored with your real life now, concept of eternity, living in complete boredom, is maddening. That is why Suna calls it hell. But yes, this is what you live for, to the downfall of Marads of nation.
Here, I'll listen to this music. Is this better?
What music are you listening to? It says, the death of entire civilization, only to remain mere observer. Oh, I do adore. I see. See, this is what it used to look like. It was white and beautiful, and now it's darkness and blood red.
Mm-hmm.
I told you could listen to whatever you want. Just happy. But does it? I don't know.
Now this is my. Did you like this playlist? Let me check. It's called Songs 1. Because I'm creative. Let's see. Public playlist.
Let me go.
Yes, you did. You followed this playlist.
Okay.
So this is the
I didn't follow the ones with
sad playlist.
Doki Doki ones.
Yeah, you followed the Doki Doki one.
No, the Doki Doki, yes. But the play Doki Doki, no.
Yeah, you didn't follow. I named really creepily. I totally don't listen to this all the time. Marry me, Gwen. Marry me now.
Oh, is that what you
And we
called
can
it?
get a divorce, and then I can marry out.
That's like the longest name I've ever heard.
No, I should call it "Marry Me, Gwen." Here, I will change it to that.
Oh, it's finally okay. I don't only listen to this all the time. That's all it says for me.
I know.
But said there was more to it.
No, that's just there.
You said, oh, something Gwen. Even if the winds were to change in the mortal realm, heavens would remain the same. Even if angels' great war with the demons would be reduced to distant memory of eons past, every day, hour, minute, second would be the same, writhing not a shred of change in heaven. Even two change did not occur, and that would last no more than a day or so. They would never stake their lives to bring about drastic change like mortals do. Oh god. Eternity, a whole eternity, 100 years, 200, 300, 4. Like for me, this is already my heaven, but to many it isn't. Well, it isn't perfect. I'm not saying that. Just the stuff that I do, like what I like, I enjoy it here. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't enjoy it anywhere else. Get me?
Mm-hmm.
Even if a single mortal in every possible parallel world had forgotten about the angels, they would nonetheless have to continue existing as observers. Their minds would no longer take it and succumb to badness, yearning for happiness. And so, oh god, it's like so bright. Can you see the red?
I can assume that it's probably red based on clues to it being red.
What does it look like to you?
The way red looks like to me.
Is it? No, but what does it look like to you? Not the color, just like the whole thing. What does it look like?
It looks like somebody took the sponge in like Photoshop and just sponged black and red all over everything.
Mm-hmm. So they would begin to sing. Oh, our bot left. Again.
Why is it always Tokyo Babel where no one wants to watch it so much that the bots leave?
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, no one's here. Let's just go. It's like, I'm not needed here.
I know it's not as interesting as the others, but come on.
Mm-hmm. And so the chorus is born. The wicked odes tempting with embracing bliss. They cast aside knowledge and reason. I feel like it's more entertaining than whatever we have. Anything else. After this is done, you want to do Karo Shoujo? A bit?
Sure.
Okay. It's melody penetrating the mind, relentless, spreading corruption, urging victims to embrace pure bliss. A countless number of angels, mortals, lying, slaying each other in never-ending carnage. Their results that they were completely grave themselves of instinct, blended to degrade into nothing more than savage beasts.
Setsuna, what am I supposed to do now? How can I atone for what I've done? Where could I possibly go?
She's the same as Setsuna. She didn't do anything wrong. Everyone else went crazy around them. They were just catalysts. It's like Setsuna was like, I don't want it to be this. I don't want. Like, I'm not ready to be your god. And then it was like, whoop, time to fry it and kill everyone. I was like, oh god. And then it kind of like, oh, here's knowledge that you might want. Like, knowledge. Everyone wants knowledge, right? Like, no, this is terrible. And then everyone starts rioting. Why does everyone start rioting?
Because riot. Because they pick up their pitchfork and their torch and they're like, riot!
Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's a natural instinct to just riot for some reason. Like, people do that to things that they do not know, they do not understand, therefore they fear, and therefore it must be eliminated. Thing that must be eliminated. That's what they do that with monsters, and though they may not necessarily be bad, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they are different. They are not the same. Why many things have been destroyed, killed, treated horribly, just because they're different. Cough, cough. Racism. I mean,
oh, we would both know about that one now, wouldn't we? Though I do have to say, Asians get the best stereotypes. We're smart and we play the violin and or piano.
I mean, you do, I mean, not the violin part, but like, you do play the piano? Well, you do something. You play instruments.
Like, it's just so great, because I would love to be stereotyped as smart and nerdy as opposed to the other poor racist stereotypes. I feel like I got the good side of this.
Yeah, I got criminal and what else? What else am I? Lazy
like,
hard worker.
African Americans are like, rapists and murderers, and then Hispanic people are like, you work on a construction site or a Mexican restaurant.
I mean, my family does do that, just not to like say things.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that those stereotypes exist, but
I
it's just
know.
like I'm serious. Asian people got the best one. Best one.
Yeah, and still people's like, why you say he's smart? He's not smart. It's like, I'm like, yeah, but
Like, no one's gonna come after us when bad things start happening, but they're gonna go after the other poor races, and I'm just gonna sit here with my violin.
I was like, yeah, you go play your violin.
Yeah, you can't do anything. You're too smart for this.
Meanwhile, in other like Asian countries, like, wait, didn't you guys have like Mongolians attacking you? Wasn't that a
Yeah.
problem?
China had a bunch of people attacking them. That's why they have the wall.
Yeah. That's just like, oh, didn't you guys like have war and things? You guys invented gunpowder.
Yeah, we did good job with war.
Yeah, we created war. What is war? We are war. It's like we are credited with war. We know pursue war. We just made war.
Then there's like Melanie, who pity her soul is Middle Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Middle Eastern people. I'm smart. I play the violin. I'll go pick up my violin. I have a violin that doesn't have a bow. Does that count?
Hmm. You mean you're for some reason I was about to call it a banjo. Not ukulele.
No. Yep. There are banjo ukuleles though.
I know, but I thought it was like, oh, it's a banjo. It's like, no, bad. That is not what it's. Oh, Melanie has a story. Open story. Opening story. Internet, please.
Wait, what? Where?
On Snapchat.
What? Where?
Snapchat.
Frick! Snapchat, why? Turn on your camera.
I have to connect the camera first.
Then just tell me.
After the stream. Read.
Oh, right, this is public. I forget because no one watches it.
Yeah, no one watches it. Meanwhile, in like 20 years when we're like famous, like, oh my gosh, what have they done? Just like public, like.
I feel like one day Melanie will just be like, oh my god, Angela left me. And she'll go watch these to hear my voice and then she'll be like, yeah, I hate her.
Mm-hmm. Read that? Oh, you changed it to very weak one. I see.
I did what?
Change it to very meek one.
Yes.
Alright, I don't have to do that then. Did you read that?
On what?
Razzle.
Yes.
Okay. The angels began closing in on us. The eternity, no matter how much blood was shed, as long as they were embraced by their happiness, they would never die. Oh. Is that why Setsuna, as he stabbed himself, was thinking of the pain and not happiness, and that's what they're trying to do? Because as long as they're happy, they cannot die. And because they feel eternal bliss, they will never die. So they are trying to produce pain in order to think of the pain, so then they could die, but they still feel happiness through the pain. And now it is an endless cycle of just not death, just pain, just all throughout pain and joy and eternal masochism. Heaven was a place where that could be possible. Unlike the angels and demons of Tokyo Babel who struggled to survive, each and every day the residents of heaven were the fusion few. They were cornered and nowhere to run. For a moment their mind's eye imagined that they would await us, our minds yielding to madness and pain and agonizing death. Yeah, I feel like they were just contained in there so like they couldn't escape and do this to anyone else. Like, yeah, we're just gonna like quarantine you guys. I feel like that's what they did.
Yeah.
I wish to invoke my raison d'etre to trample the overwhelming odds towering before us, but it was all in vain, just like the mechanical angels. They were entirely too weak. It mattered little to how I attacked them or what weapon I brandished. They would perish in mere seconds. They possessed two advantages to note. They were of madness, which prevented them to even consider their own lives. And of course, in fact, they possessed eternal life. As they were weaklings, I would not prevail over them. They might have been able to defeat a boss of sorts. Would killing God solve anything, though? I might feel the answer would be no. They were all but one common objective, one that pursued in complete unison. They would kill, murder, massacre, even if they were reduced to an atomic level. They would simply come back to life and continue their bloody work. So, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to defeat them, damn it?
Setsuna, it's fine. I'm so tired of this all. It may very well be better to just let myself be killed and my head smashed in as I laugh and revel in my madness.
Why is that something you would do?
I've done stuff like that before. Yeah, that's one of the times they put me in the hospital.
Do not.
Because I pulled the Dobby bad elf situation and just started smashing my head into a wall.
Oh, stop it. Okay. Razzle walked up in front of me, still clenching her book in her embrace. Razzle, you cannot turn around to face me. Instead, she spoke up, her voice a mere whisper.
Setsuna, you have to flee. No matter where, just run.
Why can't you just lure them outside the gates where they could die? I mean, immortality is not part of them unless they're inside, no?
No, the plot has to be like this or else you wouldn't get your happy ending.
I know, but like, logically speaking, you can lure them out where they have no immortal bounds. They are immortally bound to this place, heaven. As soon as they leave, be it called what is it called? Pandora, which is Tokyo Babel, or anywhere else, they could die. That's how they've been dying, one by one, outside of heaven or hell. Well, they had committed a sin, one she would never atone for. But logic does not exist once they come.
I'm so sorry.
She walked up in front of our group, a smiling angel drawing her ever closer. I would always see what would happen in mere seconds. He would mercilessly impale her broken mind upon repair, lost in endless cycle of bloodshed. That was heaven. Perhaps it was fate for a different idea in mind. He would reign over one of Tokyo Babel's stratas, as a master, killing innocents until a pilgrim finally brought her down. No matter the outcome, her future held only tragedy. It was what Razzle herself desired. I could not stand for it that way. Even I felt surprised for her own thoughts. Yet, how could a man not desire the happiness of an angel he loved? You are my angel. That is the answer. I had finally understood. In order to atone her sins, she had to allow madness to befall her soul at the very core. This was her chance. I see it clearly now. Is that supposed to be her? See. I see. You're listening to Kylie Clarkson.
I like this song.
I know you like it. That's supposed to be Razzle?
I feel like it's Setsuna.
Okay. No. Grabbing Razzle's shoulder, I forcefully pushed her into the front of her and stared at her in silent shock. I turned to her, smiling. I'll die with you. I'll face madness by your side. I won't let you die alone. Oh my gosh, it's me.
Yeah, I told you this ending is something.
And something is us. For the first time in my life, I flashed an uncharacteristic broad smile. Did I just stab myself? I figured I might as well. The final piece of carefree optimism flashed through my mind, but before a dozen flashes of blade pierced my flesh.
Setsuna, no, this can't be. Setsuna!
I was impaled alive. Sharp steel bits in my neck and abdomen, my arms and legs, waist and back. Well now, death came all too easy when invited willingly and without resistance. A lesson that I was going to learn on my own skin soon enough. I felt no physical pain, only my heart ached with dread, fearing what would have become of me, how I would be changed, what if Razzle would be reduced to. That's the lasting thoughts kept spreading through my mind as I could help but lament my situation. Yet we all other way to redemption, only this perhaps was once was. Perhaps we simply reaped what we had sown after coming far on this road mistaken.
Forgive me.
For some reason the angels surrounded us would not move in closer. Razzle, it's fine. Feel the same way. Exhausted as you are. This world's doomed.
No. I care not if I die. I would willingly throw myself into the jaws of oblivion, but I would not have you take the fall with me.
It's you.
Yep, I've said that so many times. I'm like, I don't care about me, but you can't do this.
Oh my god, and also I do that. I was like, I don't care if I die, I just don't want you to die. It's like we both don't care if we die. It was like, just a never ending loop, and then somehow we made it so you survive. And now the titles make sense to anyone that's been keeping up with this.
Yeah, anyone being the me, and I think Melanie watched a couple of them.
Hmm?
Yeah, the titles, in case you haven't noticed, have been associated with mostly mine and also kind of everyone's life.
Yeah, our depression, our life, our death,
Yeah, I mean, some of them were
our
pretty
hopes.
obvious, but
Yeah.
yeah, some of them were not. Like that one that has 0 views, that one had an important title.
What was it? That don't die?
I don't remember. I don't think you named any of them Don't Die. Here, let me go check.
I feel like one of them was don't die, but whatever. Well, I feel like I would have named one, but then I decided not to name it if that's the case. But I feel like I did, and then I changed it if it's not that. Because it was too obvious.
All right, let us check. All
Okay.
right.
Also, tell me what
Just
that.
they go back far away. Okay, let's see. So there's Who is Mike?
Uh huh. What does Who is Mike say?
Who is Mike?
So Who is Mike is just Who is Mike.
Yeah, so Tokyo Rebel Part 1 with friends, Wreck-It Rolf, hashtag Hamilton, New Year's, Vixie, come on, answer. We dine with death, Mohaha, death by murder, I will miss you. Please don't leave. How about them Vixies? Please stay. I need healing. It's complicated. Trying to live. Kato Shoujo. Where'd it go? I think we did a lot of Kato Shoujo. Life. And then we will see.
Yeah, we will see how this ends. Life, death, reality, concept of what we are. We will see it all
We're gonna have to
eventually.
start naming them happier things when we're not on this track.
Do we? Do we really? I mean, do we really? I mean, like routes of like your life or routes in this game?
This is the most one.
Just like keep naming it depressing things and hopefully
Your
evil.
mic has been transmitting for 30 seconds. Spotify, Playback paused.
What does that even
Why?
mean?
No
Why?
one wants that.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like, oh, you've been talking, so we're just gonna mute this. I was like, no, no, no. I want the music to talk.
Yeah, let's just continue.
This was not the time to be selfish. If you died, I would too. Oh my gosh, it's me. I mean, what? I mean, it's you. I mean, what? Despite my
It's everyone.
yeah, everyone ever. Despite my insistence, Razzle kept yelling in protest, prompting me to cup her cheeks in my palm. Razzle, it's selfish of you to throw your life away while preventing me from doing the same. Cough, cough.
Hmm.
Just like, just don't die. Don't. Why I will never die. Which is also my existence. Like, I'm fine living eternally here. Uh, not over there. I could live with like infinite internet, but over there, there's not gonna be internet, or is there? I don't know. If there is, then
That's something I used to ask my mother when I was younger. I was like, but I want internet and I want my toys, and what if my friends aren't going to be there? And then she's like, oh, you'll be happy, dear. And then I'm like, nope, I exist now.
yeah, you're gonna be lobotomized as soon as you enter. Because like before, it didn't really matter. You didn't have anything because no one had anything for a long time, and it's like, okay,
Now we have things that give us infinite bliss here.
yeah, and this is world has become transmogrified into a reality of which could be considered a heaven. But
Yeah.
if we do go to one to a heaven, it's not up to par to what we are used to. It's not up to date unless it is, and we don't know about it. Unless it has infinite technology for which it will ever expand up in the sky. I don't know. But if it does,
Wait,
then
what does this
yes.
say?
Hmm?
Profile. Listen to Spotify Cuphead, the musical. Okay, so it doesn't say the playlist I have it in, so that's good.
No, but yeah. Up at the musical, and it says, by random encounters, Markiplier Nate wants to battle up at the musical. It doesn't tell you what playlist. Is it in Gwen? Like it's Gwen. Because of what you said. Alright. I feel my consciousness drifting. Die, succumb to insanity, die again, then live an eternal prisoner of the never-ending cycle. Terror and fear had long since departed my heart, leaving only a surge of joy in its wake. A torment of unstoppable bliss. Ah, how wonderful, how dazzling its light was. I felt there was no happier man alive. So
I'm waiting for Monica to pop up.
it's how wonderful it all is. Say goodbye to tears and smile. Oh, God damn it, this ability to reason began to fail. Along with my ability to form coherent sentences, I saw the colors filling my vision twisted and shifting. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, cyan, and violet, almost like a rainbow. Don't laugh. Once you do, there's no turning back. Even in final fleeting attempt to resist, while the washing clean away of my feeling terrifying, overwhelming euphoria, eroding, harassing cognitive capabilities, and make mad of what he is. Yeah, exactly. You remove what someone is, but they still are. I'm pretty sure this would give anyone a seizure.
It's giving me a seizure, actually.
Just walk away. Just walk away. This, this, this is getting pretty bad. Brace itself, reluctant to the point, yet they may be final words. Why did I wish to? Oh, that's Razzle.
Why did I wish to return to heaven?
Her head.
Only regret remained in my heart. I wished to find my book, hoping that if I had it, things would work out. I may have wandered the realm of mortals, but in the end, heaven would be my only home. As such, I wanted to return. I wanted things to be the way they used to be. The memories that should have remained sealed cried out in protest.
I kind of feel as I once lived in a place where I always lived. Then one day I moved. It was not the same. It was close, not the same. I felt there was something missing. I wanted to go back. And I moved once again. And I missed it even more. Even further from whence I once was. Just missing the past, your friends, missing any remote semblance of reality in which you were, your past, your thoughts of when you were a child. You were no more, because there was nothing to. So yeah. So, never mind.
You were the one who orchestrated its downfall. It's all your fault, and you wanted to return? Enough with this jest. My inner voice had it right. Yet its whimpers never reached my ears, and so, with my sins forgotten and guilty conscience discarded, I ended up struggling against the tide of a cruel fate, believing myself to be just another victim of its tragedy.
Why do I relate so much to this?
Everyone does. That in itself is a sin most grave, one I would soon receive my just punishment for. Satsuna, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I know what I did was wrong. I caused all this. It's my responsibility to bear. What are you doing? Mike died?
No, it didn't. It's fine. Nothing happened.
You want to put the screen share back?
Yes, let me just do something first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no. Please. Okay. Homework. Music is not going. Is like. That was it.
It's just a picture of Melanie.
That's it. Why do I keep accidentally leaving the call?
That you love me. Sitting till the end of time.
Of course, it's Doki Doki. Because that reminded
He,
me.
on the other hand, played no part in it, not even the slightest.
Yeah, but we still had our own sins to bear. Also, like, the thing you were singing reminded me of Doki Doki, and I was like, yep, it's Doki Doki. I went to go check.
So, please spare him madness and death. My pleas fell on deaf ears. After all, those ears belonged to a god that was most likely too busy wallowing in false bliss somewhere on the edge of heaven. I had no other way to atone for my sins.
Destroy it all, start anew.
No. I can no longer care about atonement. I want to save him. I want to save Satsuna.
I'd already found... Oh.
I had already found a solution.
Our solution?
Okay, I should not listen to this music.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's a terrible sin, the kind an angel would never even dare think about. One would sooner wish to have been part of Lucifer's uprising than commit a sin this grave. New uprising skin. Lucifer's uprising. Yet its solution came to me as a bolt of inspiration, and I knew it would help me put an end to this all. Albus.
Yes. It's true, Angela.
I can't laugh in her voice at all.
Fine.
Even I found the method utterly despicable.
Did you? Do you
No.
really?
I'm good. My raison d'etre is to record everything. Not a single speck of dust in this universe falls outside its scope. I pushed myself erect, casting aside all suicidal thoughts in a blink of an eye.
Cough, cough.
Through a shockwave of concentrated magic, I sent the smiling angels flying. All I needed was 3 minutes.
Did this text also contain a piece of Setsuna, his past, his present, his future? The way Setsuna lives? His love for Razzle? Rest?
Until now, I felt content with that. I desired no more, but no longer. We crave for what lies beyond. Sin and punishment, redemption and atonement. To hell with all of them. With the book of earth and heavens together at last, the Sefer Ezel's encryption would be decoded. Release Sefer Ezel in a way that sounds cool. My one and only tome, created with papyrus and sheepskin. Its words writ within my very own lifeblood, would be revealed to the world. Its size dwarfed and that of a mere book, rather than resembling a small-scale structure of sorts. Oh, look, it's this picture.
It's your original image.
Except her eyes are open.
Mm-hmm.
From the Big Bang and the very dawn of creation, my book records all data in the cosmos. My letters encompass countries. My letters... I guess it's encompass. Encompass life. The whole world rests upon my pages. My book possessed a function not even I could remember. It acted as an enormous database server.
Well, I won't have lines for a bit because I'm dead.
Okay. It could even be capable of taking one of the many parallel worlds, then recreating it as an image. No, a mere image would not do. This looks like a Violet Evergarden script. I need more than an image, more than sounds, smells, textures, and aroma. I need everything, the complete recreation of the entire world. I spare not a single drop of magic, releasing all I could potentially muster in order to activate the Sefer Ezel. The world was beginning to create new, overriding a part of heaven. For this was my power, my raison d'etre. The warm rays of sun, the gentle breeze to caress the skin.
But she removed the thoughts of eternal into her mind in order to feel.
No.
No, they just have to suffer within.
Yeah,
Or
they die.
Oh, that's... They lose for eternity. Alright.
I completely and thoroughly recreated all such things in order to inroad and thus create the world anew. Frazzled. Words. All I needed was Setsuna at my side, nothing else. I had no more need for painful memories.
Kind of how we talked, it's like, oh, as soon as we're gonna be the last two, and we're done all over the world for humanity. It'll be the last. And after that, there will be nothing.
I had no need for the angels, nor any friends I held dear. As I let my wish unfold, the very realm of heaven began to be overwritten and painted anew. A colossal outburst of energy akin to a nuclear explosion eradicated all the angels from existence. See, she was really powerful. She just snapped her fingers and they're all dead. Even if they were immortal and unaging, regardless of how powerful they were.
No, she just doesn't realize how powerful she was. Like, oh, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, just kill everything. Just reboot.
With the world and its very laws being overridden, they had but one fate: to disappear.
Well, she could override her raison d'etre. She's that powerful. Not just anyone could do that.
My power had painted heaven anew, destroying the old in the process. Although my companions would no longer be able to reclaim heaven as they planned, they would not fall victim to madness at Tokyo Babel either. Have to change the music because it went to music I don't want.
What is it?
Some other random encounters music that I didn't want.
What is Die House?
I don't know.
Back to Violet's.
One could say the world had just been saved from frickin' ruination. Although that have been a touch too arrogant a way to phrase it.
Why is ruination a word? Or
I don't know. And this Violet Evergarden music is really good for this moment.
For the what?
This Violet Evergarden music is really good for this moment. I like it.
Okay. I'll hear it too. Or like, I can't hear it because if I hear it, there's gonna be two musics overlaid.
I merely carried out my own wish. I did what I wanted. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm gonna mute the Tokyo Babel music. The Violet Evergarden music.
The ultimate sin and the ultimate punishment.
Oh.
Defying atonement and redemption, I simply continued to exist, surrounded by happiness and bliss.
Darkness.
This is you.
Oh. With my body still weary from drowsiness, I felt the pleasant scent of wood filling my nostrils. The gentle warm air caressing my skin must have been the result of me sitting near the window.
Setsuna?
My eyelids flickered open and the sound of a girl's voice sitting in front of me with her hand placed on my shoulder. Is it morning?
Afternoon, actually.
Music, it's like it got like more like high paced as soon as Setsuna is born. It's like, oh. She replied with a tone hinting a surprise, looking at the window and seeing the landscape tinted in vivid orange. I knew she was right. So, good morning.
Good morning, Setsuna.
Oh. Like saying good morning to you. The moment she uttered my name, her lips involuntarily curled into a smile. Oh, what was that called again? More importantly than that, though, where was I? What have I been doing?
Don't let it bother you.
Even forgot about Razzle. No. Why is this sad? Sorry.
Because it's sad.
Especially with the Violet Evergarden music, it's even more sad.
I told you to put the Violet Evergarden music. It's supposed to be sad.
I know, I'm hearing it. It's like it's making me cry. A certain warmth tinted the girl's voice, kindness of love permeating every syllable.
Let's just stay here and enjoy the atmosphere.
Her smile with the music. No. Just as I wanted to speak up in protest, she looked out the window with a melancholic expression I would never forget.
Say,
Hmm?
can I kiss you?
Yeah. Swiftness of my reply made her eyes
Oh
widen
my
in surprise.
god, my music. I know yours is different, but mine just had like a really dramatic piano thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, I'm gonna watch this later.
Mm-hmm.
I expected you to be more flustered.
Oh, my phone. Although the girl seemed somewhat disappointed at my response, she nonetheless closed her eyes and presented her lips. I softly painted my lips on hers, feeling its softness, letting its warmth fill me. For some reason, I wasn't opposed to kissing this girl one bit. How long are we supposed to stay like this? After 2 long minutes, our lips finally parted. Possibly because I had held my breath, but until the second half of our kiss, I had honestly started to feel a little dizzy.
That was entirely too long for comfort.
I didn't know when to stop though.
Oh. Was that your first kiss just now?
I feel insulted. I feel like this is you and me, because like you've kissed someone and I haven't.
Man, I kissed a girl, so I'm gonna probably not kiss correctly.
I probably. That's why I said you're gonna have to do it. That's why I said
We'll just bring Melanie over and ask her to help.
Like we're both kissing Melanie now. Like, hey, you want to practice kiss?
It's like, okay, so we'll practice kissing Melanie.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
it's like, hey, do you know how to have sex? Nope, we'll practice with Melanie. She's good with it.
Yeah, it's just like use her.
She wants this. And then Melanie would just be like, yes.
Yeah, technically she does. I mean, what?
Okay.
I mean, this is not the plan. Possibly. I wasn't sure why that mattered, though.
I'm sort of hurt, that's all you have to say.
What? You're the first kiss. How are you offended by that?
Possibly is offending.
That didn't help me much.
By the way, do you remember my name?
Possibly not, since her name is Girl there.
Yeah, it's been Girl this whole time.
Yeah. There's a certain timidness to this girl as she had asked the question. Her name meant a lot to me. But I couldn't feel it mattered at all right now. What did it matter is that we were together. I don't remember. Can you tell me?
My name is...
You told me your name. I found it both beautiful and fitting. We spent a few hours discussing a variety of topics. The sky and bright stars, the sun, the moon, the people in general. It was a sweet, idle chatter without importance. I suppose it's about time we headed home. My ear. Headed home. As I rose to leave my seat, her expression sank.
Where to?
Wait, where? Where was my home again? Well, whatever. I figure it out when I leave campus.
Could we chat a bit more?
Now? I really like you, but I need to go home.
Okay.
Well, this won't be an issue when we live together. As I stood up and headed straight for the exit. By the way, having just remembered something, I decided to call out to her. The girl gazed at me in the seat, and her hair bright blue eyes.
Yes?
I just remembered something. I really do love you.
I see. Thank you. That makes me happy to hear that.
She didn't seem to be that happy, though. Upon noticing the sadness in my gaze, the girl flustered red while vehemently shaking her palms in protest.
Sorry, I'm not good with expressing my feelings. I really am happy. Really. Seriously. Please believe me.
I do. I'm just glad to hear it. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Once I said that, she let out a sigh of relief.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, Satsuna.
And bid me goodbye with a warm smile. The music is making me more depressed.
What music is it now? Is it the same?
Probably it's Michi Si Ruby. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
yeah, I know that one. Yeah, okay.
The ending. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Hopefully we can get through it before the song ends, because the next one's My Dearest, and I don't think anyone wants to hear My Dearest.
Yep. Time to head home then. We have dinner, do homework, and go to sleep and come back here. If I could do that, I could meet her again. Being almost intoxicated, I began to make my way home. My vision cuts at a location almost like it was some movie. I continued onwards with a short, unsteady step surrounded by scenery, looking almost like an artificial backdrop. Yeah, because she created this scenery for us. I need to go home. Unless I have conscious effort to form the words, I have forgotten where I was going to go in the first place. I felt my consciousness grow more unsteady by the second. Yep, it's My Dearest. Put the music back. I guess it's just silence in Tokyo Babel. Let's put the music back at My Dearest. My consciousness grew even more unsteady by the second. I never had too indifferent between dreams and reality in the first place. In fact, did reality truly exist at all? I couldn't tell, not someone like me. So loud. That was the one thing I knew for certain, that she was someone I held dear. As long as I kept that in mind, I suppose I could live without too many worries, spending each one in idle tranquility. I would meet her again, come tomorrow, then we could talk some more. That alone would satisfy me.
As Tendo Satsuna exited the deserted classroom, I turned my gaze back to the scenery beyond the window. Only he and I existed in this world, its rules imperfect and unfinished. For instance, there was no morning, noon, or evening here. The scarlet of dusk reigned supreme, vivid and red like the messenger of this world's demise. Additionally, the world itself is extraordinarily confined. Beyond the boundaries of this classroom, the environment appeared vague and undefined, like the stage and props for a cheap drama.
That's what I noticed.
The same applied to the flow of precipitation of time.
Perception?
Yep. Broken beyond repair if we were outside this one classroom. In mere seconds, Tendo Satsuna would slide the door open and enter once again. He would fall asleep at his desk and wake up within a handful of minutes.
Oh, feels depressing.
And then the two of us would talk, followed by a kiss. To me, it was a moment of eternal bliss, yet at the same time, the end of my little farce. Okay.
Feel bad
And
for
I
Razzle.
actually popped my head at that.
Sorry.
She's good. She's good.
I know she's good, but like, I feel bad. I want to be your eternal happiness, but not like this. Pain wrapped in the illusion of what happiness should be.
But this is as close as we get.
Yeah.
I had repeated that same scenario over a million times now, and every time his lips touched mine, I would feel content and fulfilled. I was happy with it, this makeshift eternity to have eventually fill me with tendium was something I dreaded beyond words. Yet I felt content with the way things were now. To chat with him about things of little consequence, followed by a short kiss that alone would grant me everlasting happiness.
I do want you content, and I do want this, but not like this. Like, I want us to be content, for us to talk, be happy, kiss, and be our little world. Happiness. And we'll live life like that forever. But not eternal loop. It's the essence of what I want. Yeah, do you understand?
That's the point, though.
I feel like she's...
Yes. You feel like she's...
I feel like it's a punishment as well as a gift. As best as I could describe it.
Despite all that, I couldn't help but wonder, would it have been better for us to die that day, to allow madness to claim our minds? The memories I had of the time before this world had become blurry. Even the emotions that stormed within my heart then felt but a distant thing now. Tensor Satsuna of this world was no different from a glass mannequin, prone to shattering at the lightest impacts. In fact, the same could be said of this entire universe, its every atom frail as a house of cards. Which is why I kept my thoughts and actions restrained, maintaining this deception for his sake alone, to prevent him from buckling under despair, to make him never feel this eternity. I would be lying if I said I never felt conflicted. If every single one of our meetings added more to my sins, mine would surpass even the weight of the cosmos.
I feel like you would do this, like, if I died, created a world where even if you lived forever, and I would never know that we lived forever, you would be happy, but at the same time, you would suffer alone, or would be oblivious to the fact. I don't want that. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be together. But
and yet, such feelings of guilt.
Hi.
Hello, Satsuna. Felt as insignificant as a speck of dust in the wind every time he came to meet me. He seated himself at his desk, inclining his head in confusion.
Do we know each other by any chance? Have we met somewhere before? Wait, that's a silly question. I mean, we're classmates.
I nodded. I was your classmate, someone who wished to be your lover. That last wish of mine could only be granted in this awkward way, though. Still, I felt content enough with it.
Feel sleepy.
I see. Why don't we chat once more once you wake up?
Sure. Why not?
Setsuna began to doze off, letting his upper body rest atop the desk as I gazed untryingly at his sleeping face. Each long day with him was tranquil like a dream. As long as I had this, I needed nothing else, not even my book. Deciding now would be a good time to wake him, I gave Setsuna's shoulder a light shake. He let out a drowsy groan as his eyelids slowly opened, glancing up at me with a blank stare. I parted my lips to utter his name, pouring a torrent of emotions into the word. Setsuna? Well then, that our 1,013,876th meeting begin.
I feel like you would keep track.
I would.
You like keeping track.
And that was the end.
I feel sad.
We go finish Ren's route now?
Yeah, we're ending the stream here. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.